this week it would be a good idea to make a highly requested video to make homemade bone broth in our Instant Pot or an electric pressure cooker. Today I'm going to use my Instant Pot and my Ninja Foodi, so let's get started making some bone broth. It's really simple to make bone broth at home. The first thing you obviously need are bones. So I get my bones from rotisserie chicken carcasses, but you can go to your butcher and you can get beef bones, chicken bones, any type of bones that have lots of minerals, collagen, gelatin in them, and then you boil them down, and that's how you make bone broth. And then you also need just a splash of some apple cider vinegar. And then I like to just use a couple aromatics, some vegetables. So I have like some carrots, celery, onion. You can also use garlic or any vegetable scraps that you have. You can also add seasonings, but I do not add salt to my bone broth. So I like to just use some peppercorns, bay leaf, garlic, really anything like that you have. So let's get started by taking the meat off of our bone. So I have 2 rotisserie chickens here from Costco, and I'm just going to take the meat off of both of them. And since we're going to do the bone broth in the Ninja Foodi and the Instant Pot, we're gonna do 1 chicken each. If you're not going to be eating the meat right away, you can just get a bag like this and fill it up with the meat. Something I also like to do is when I buy these rotisserie chickens, I'm not going to make broth right away, so I will accumulate a couple pounds of the bones, a couple chickens worth, keep them in a Ziploc, and then we'll just put them in the freezer. And then when I'm ready to make bone broth, I have a couple chickens worth of bones, and that makes an even better broth. You want to get all of the meat off that you want to eat, but then you also want to keep all of the skin that has a lot of yummy flavor. You want to make sure you get that in your bone broth. I've got my chicken here in this bag, and let's just talk about how this is the most economical way to buy chicken right now. This is a $4.99 chicken, and I got like pounds of meat out of it. Okay, so I have my 2 containers here of chicken scraps, bones, cartilage, skin, all the things. And now we are almost ready to make our bone broth. So I'm just gonna cut up a couple vegetables. I've got celery, onions, and some carrots. Now what I'm gonna do is take my 2 trays and just divide everything up between them. Now I'm gonna divide up the rest of my chicken. And if you're just doing 1 batch, just do 1 big batch. So one thing I decided to do is to take 1/2 of the chicken stuff, and we're going to do it in the Ninja Foodi. But what I'm gonna do is roast the vegetables and the chicken, the bones and everything in the Ninja Foodi first, so then they just get an added layer of flavor. So in my Ninja Foodi thing, it comes with this little basket, and I'm just gonna throw everything in here, including all like the gelatin and stuff in the tray. Now we are going to just bake/broil this in the Ninja Foodi, just in the machine itself, because it can do both. And then it's going to give us better flavor, and then I will add the water, and then we will make the broth. The Instant Pot one, I'm just going to do just straight like this. And my little tip is I like to use a steamer basket. So then it's really easy to just pull everything out. I don't know if you've seen that viral video that's going around of the girl who makes the bone broth, and then she just like pours it out into the sink because she forgot to that she needs to drain it, but that she needs to keep the liquid. So I'm just going to put everything in my steamer basket, just like that. Perfect. This is what the bone broth looks like first. I'm going to roast these in the Ninja Foodi first. So we've got our vegetables and our bones. And since this is not a lot of surface area here, I'm gonna come through with a fork and just kind of move this around as it cooks, so then it cooks a little bit more evenly. That's one of the things about this Ninja Foodi, is that it has this built-in air fryer thing, which I have found to be pretty cool actually. Let's just broil it for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, over here we have our Instant Pot bone broth, and I'm going to just add a couple peppercorns. This isn't really necessary, but it just obviously adds flavor. And then 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. The vinegar helps to draw out those nutrients and minerals out of the bones, so it's pretty important to add there. And then I'm just going to fill this until it is covered with water, or until it hits the max line. And since water is the #1 ingredient in this bone broth, make sure and use filtered water if possible. And I'm just going to press everything down as best as I can to get it submerged in the liquid. Got our broth in here. We're just gonna put it in the Instant Pot, turn the knob to sealing, and then we are going to cook this for a minimum of 2 hours, so it's gonna be 120 minutes. You do not have to have any of these presets, the soup button. I just normally press this when I know I have to do something that's a long time because it starts me at 30 minutes. So you can always press pressure cook or the manual button on your Instant Pot. This has been broiling for about 8 minutes, so let's give it a little look. Ooh, it smells delicious. This has been roasting for about 20 minutes. I just kind of came in here and shook it up a little bit every now and then. Yes, it's kind of gross. Now I'm just going to add in the rest of our ingredients. So I'm doing a couple peppercorns, a splash of the apple cider vinegar, and just fill with water. Okay, so we will do pressure cook and we'll do natural release high. Let's do 2.5 hours. How about that? And start. Make sure that your venting knob is in the sealing position, and I guess we'll see you in a couple hours. This has been naturally releasing pressure for about 15 minutes, and I normally like to let this do a full natural pressure release, but I'm in a little bit of a hurry. So what we're going to do is release the pressure, but I'm not going to just let the whole thing go in once, otherwise all this liquid is going to spurt out the top. So I like to do small bursts. Carefully open the lid, and then your broth will be ready. So you can just take out the basket, just like that, and that makes it really easy to drain this out. I just let this cool and then we can store it. This cooked for however long we put it for, 3 hours or so, and it's been naturally releasing the pressure for 30 minutes. So we're going to open it up and it looks really good. So I can just take this strainer thing basket out and then it will strain everything out, and we'll probably still have to strain it. So I'm going to cool this down and it will start to kind of harden on top, the fat and the gelatin. So I'm just going to store this overnight in the fridge. It has been about 24 hours last night after the bone broth was done. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, this one is the Ninja Creamy one. This is the one that we did in the Ninja. This is the one where we roasted the bones a little bit. You can see that there is some fat on the top, which you can keep or you can skim off using a fat skimmer or a spoon. But you can see that the broth is really rich, dark in color. But keep in mind that this broth has no salt in it. So I actually had a little bit last night. I just combined this broth with some of the vegetables that we cooked it with and a little bit of that chicken that we pulled off the bones and had chicken noodle soup with it. This is the Instant Pot bone broth, and you can see some of the fat on the top. I don't mind the fat. I think it adds a little bit of flavor, so I'm going to keep it. You can see the broth like that. This one's a little bit darker just because we did roast the bones and I did cook it a little longer as well. So since I do not have a preference on which broth I'm going to use, I'm just going to use both of them. I'm actually going to combine them, and then I'm going to strain it through a gold tone filter like this to get out any more impurities, extra little chunks, and then I'm going to put it into containers to use later. What I'm gonna do with mine is strain it through the filter, and you can just use a really fine mesh colander if you want. And I'm going to strain it into this pitcher so then I can add it to my quart jars. These can freeze, they can also stay in the fridge. They're really nice for storing. You can use this bone broth however you like, however you use chicken broth, vegetable broth, any broth in general. So it takes the place of broth. If you like, you can also reduce this down on the stove by just boiling it for an hour or so to make it even more condensed and a richer flavor. And just make sure that you taste and season your broth however you like. I personally don't add salt or a lot of extra flavors in my bone broth because I want it to be as versatile as possible. That way I can use it in any recipe that calls for chicken broth and it doesn't have too strong of a flavor, and I can adjust as I like. Some other ways to store your bone broth are ice cube trays, soup trays. This might sound a little weird, but if you happen to have any leftover breast milk storage bags, like the ones that you fill up and put it in the freezer, I found those to be the best thing to put this in because they sit upright in your freezer, they're meant for freezing, and the portions are perfect. So I could just take one of those bags and then just thaw it under some running water for just a couple minutes, and then I could throw it into any dish that I wanted. It was like the best portion ever. So this is our beautiful, amazing, healthy bone broth. It has so many minerals, vitamins, and just goodness. And if you've never made bone broth before, I want to caution you, there might be a layer of gelatin on the top of your bone broth, so it might look like jello. If that freaks you out, don't worry, that is actually a really good sign. Our chickens, we only had 2 and they were kind of small, so we didn't have as much gelatin in this, but if I reduce it down, I'm guessing I could get a little bit more, and it is so good for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you watch this video. It's my 9 best soup recipes. Almost all of them use chicken broth, so that would be a perfect application for our Instant Pot bone broth we made. Okay, everyone, stay healthy out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.